Hello, and welcome to Terror Radio. Before we discuss our dreadful tale, we ask that you turn your lights off for a more immersive experience. Jonas Salk once said, "The reward for work well done is the opportunity to do more." Scientists, doctors, and others within the scientific and medical fields strive to find ways to prevent the threats that torment the human body. Although medical science has made tremendous leaps forward, there are still things that have no cure. Today we will hear the recording of Dr. Wesley Robertson, a scientist that had dedicated 17 years of his life to the words of Jonas Salk. However, his discovery would be rewarded with a monstrous repercussion.
Hello, to whoever finds this recording. The date is March 15th, 1997. Dr. Wesley Robertson, presiding during the aftermath of test subject number 12. Fellow scientists, Joseph Riegel, a researcher I've known and worked with for 13 years on the study of the biological structure within amphibians, and William Jefferson, whose hypothesis brought forth the experiments to cure skin cancer, are both missing, possibly dead. As for our college intern, Franklin West, that will be discussed soon.
Let us in! Come on, man! Let us in!
I'm so sorry! I can't let you in! Franklin West was here to assist us in our research to eradicate skin cancer using amphibian DNA. It had worked in previous trials involving primates and smaller mammals. After success in those trials, we believed it would work on a human test subject. Mr. West had joined us enthusiastically and turned out to be the ideal candidate for our purposes when he himself was diagnosed with skin cancer. He knew that we hadn't figured out the right measurements for human subjects yet, but we proceeded anyway. It was all with the best intentions, but what happened would rid him of his humanity.
Just sit in there. Let us in, man. Help us. Help us.
Please, leave! I can't compromise my safety by letting you in. After injecting Franklin with the amphibian cells, we let him rest in a room under surveillance so we could document his progress. After the first night, a clear and viscous slime developed on Franklin, covering his entire body. We had never seen this before in any of the trials and would have stopped the tests, but we discovered that he had 0 signs of any cancerous cells in his body. It was as if he had never had it to begin with. We were thrilled, but sadly that euphoric feeling of progress wouldn't last. Another symptom developed later in the day when he revealed that he was starting to feel pulsating pain in his trachea. It grew worse and worse. The second night he began suffering from hallucinations. He started crying out, saying his deceased father was there in the room with him. Was telling him that we were going to abandon him in the lab, or even kill him.
Oh fuck, he's here! Help us! Help us!
The DNA measurement we provided was too large. It began to take over Franklin's very own cellular structure. The most recent time I saw him, he had grown a frog-like vocal sac. It expanded over his throat, the skin stretched almost to splitting. And when he screamed, it filled with air, as howls became croaks that haunted us throughout the night. We were too afraid to even enter the lab anymore. And then this morning, we saw on the cameras that he was gone. But he found us, soon enough. I can still see him, his skin sickly green, slime dripping from his gaping pores. I can still hear him tell us that his father had enlightened him, and he wasn't going to die in here. Instead, we would. That was the last time I saw Riegel and Jefferson. I ran before either of them did. We ran in separate directions, trying to lose our accidental creation, but I could hear the screams from at least one of them, and I could hear the laughter from that thing. But now it appears it has me cornered. Dr. Regal and Dr. Jefferson are certainly dead as of the conclusion of this recording. I won't be able to make it out of this alive. I'm trapped inside the surveillance room. The only window is too small to crawl out of, and the metal door it sits in is my safety and my prison. The door leads into the hallway, where that abomination is waiting for me. As I look at it now, I admit I struggle to maintain my composure. It is covered in blood. It is even less human now. I'm not sure if anyone will find this. I doubt I'll even survive this experiment. But I need to make sure that this is...